Good morning, Reds. How are you? Hey, Pause. How are ya? Free Spirited. Good morning. Okay, Reds. Good morning, Deb. How are ya? I feel like shit today. Hi, Tatted. How are you? This is the furthest thing from what I feel like doing, but here we are. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. When did that happen? Oh, shit. Why is Megan talking about Ranger? Hey, girl, what's up? Why is Megan talking about Ranger? God, you guys can't leave anybody alone. For fuck's sake. You can't leave anybody alone. Ugh. Good morning, Becklin. How are you? Tired as fuck. That's how I am. Tired as fuck. Listen, I heard some of the, some here and there of lives. I watched like a couple minutes of MJ's live. My eyes water like fucking hell out here. But, yeah, it's just gonna cover some stuff here. Because this is crazy business, to be honest. I just was over in Tech's live. She's pretty upset about something. I didn't get really all the context, but I mean, y'all don't understand a lot about Tech too, but Tech has lived through shit that would have ended most of you, if not all of you, that have something to say about it. And I witnessed firsthand a lot of that. So, yeah, good luck. Like, I don't know. I just don't see anything on this internet ever affecting Tekla to a point where she really gives a fuck about what anybody says. But, I think her strength and her recovery speak for itself. And I mean, you can try as hard as you'd like, but that's just something that you could never take away from her. So have at it. That's the thing about like real friendships, right? When you're that close with somebody, because I love her, right? I love her. I love that woman exactly the same as I loved her before, just a lot quieter about it. But I'll still have the same love for her when I leave this earth. So hello, Kirby. How are you? It's never been easy for me to watch Tekla cry or be hurt about something. It hurts me just as much. Mini Schnauzer Mom, how are you? What up? Hi, Shiny.
Hi, how are you?
I'm here. How are you?
The same. I didn't send you the live last night. I knew you were lying down with G, but I wanted to take a box so bad, but I didn't because I don't like to speak on you when you're not there. I hope you felt the love and support around you that should have been there all along, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
think
we're
you're
gonna
an
talk a little about
amazing,
that.
amazing grandmother. There isn't a soul on this planet that could do a better job for your granddaughter than you. I've seen you, I've heard you. It's been like 2 years now. There's no question in my mind how good you are with her. And nobody else could do what you do the way you do it for her. So I I stay quiet sometimes in some spaces, but I know you don't like to be spoken on, and I've always respected that. But I truly hope you felt the love and support surrounding you, and that it's meaningful in some way.
You know, I didn't get to listen to a whole lot of that. I was, nighttime's not a good time, like, for me to be able to pay attention to things. My nights are not easy. So I'm usually not here. A lot of people were sharing it to me, Virgo's live. So after G fell asleep, I got up briefly, to respond to one of the things that were said I mean, there's so many things that aren't true. It's really hard to go back and answer every lie, but there's also like some shit. Pasta, welcome back. There's also some shit that people could do on their own. You know, Google's free. You could find out for yourself without asking me or basically anybody else. How that works, you know what I mean? And it will explain it to you. But one of the narratives that I hate, and one of the things that she says that is furthest from the truth, is me having to report income to Social Security. And it's because she doesn't know how that works. So if you're the parent of the child, right? So I'm not even gonna use personal, anyway. So if you're the parent of the child, your income absolutely affects the disability benefits, okay? If you are not the parent of the child, your income, whatever it is, does not affect the child's disability benefits. That is very easy to put into Google. Good morning, Casey. And find out that that is in fact how it works. So that bothers me. Another thing that bothers me, and this isn't me bitching or saying fuck you to y'all that have support or have said supportive things during this. But what you have to realize is this has been going on since September of last year, the end of August, September of last year. All the things that are being said now were being said that entire time last year, and it was crickets from the audience. So, and I'm not trying to sound like a bitch, but it's kind of weird to me that all of those things were being said back then, and really nobody had anything to say about it at that point. They were letting it be said, you know what I mean? Because it was me, they don't like me, yada, 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 however that goes. So now, I think maybe, I don't know if it's because I'm on camera now, that you guys actually consider me a human being with feelings, that you have felt the need to speak up or be supportive. Right. And some did support it very much back then. People were, clapping every time she said call an agency on me. And that's and I don't know where Kool-Aid's been. I read, did I screenshot it? I did. I read this, which this makes me thankful for like the YouTube like vloggers, because what are you talking about? And what I'm trying to, what am I doing? What am I doing? I mean, what the fuck are you really talking about, and where have you been? Let's start at the beginning. If you guys, I don't think I've Smashly blocked. I'd really like Smashly and Virgo to come in briefly if they could. I know Smash is probably still sleeping, but
she's in a different time zone. But I can send it to her.
yeah.
I'll send it to both.
So this is crazy, but there is a live, and I don't know if I'll have time to really go through them today, but I plan to do it. There is a live out there, good morning, that Scammy and Sunshine are in the box, right? They're talking about the FBI stuff. And Kool-Aid, you can do this as well as anybody else can do it. You know what I mean? Go back to roughly the end of August, September window and get any time that Sunshine was in the box, okay? Sunshine, Scammy shows interest in wanting to talk to the FBI agent. Sunshine then says, well, I have her information. I can give it to you. So if Scammy doesn't want the narrative out there that she spoke to the FBI, which I'm pretty sure she admitted to doing, which is crazy, but here we are, then it started then. So if the narrative is out there, it's because of things that were said in her live. Good morning, Ash. Also, when Roberta got in the box and Scammy said, do you agree with her posting my dead father? I'm just saying, guys, first of all, I didn't post him. I put him on my green screen. A bit of a difference. And like in Scammy fashion, do you agree with her posting my dead father? Well, I don't know. Did you use horrible racist memes to attack her fundraising in Gaza? Did you associate her with terrorism on a daily fucking basis? Did you speak horribly about her grandchild and her home position? Like, you did all of these things to me. And this is where shit gets lost in translation, right? Because you want everybody to judge my reaction, but you don't want to be judged on your action. Cause and fucking effect, bitch. Cause and fucking effect. And let me be perfectly clear. I am far from the only one that Scammy has done this to on the app. It's her platform to attack people, vulnerable people in vulnerable positions. She loves it because she is in fact a fucking predator.
I agree. She takes it too far. And there's not even a fine line between like bringing awareness, which can sometimes be a joke in and of itself, and flat out stalking. I don't even know who the guy is that she was speaking on, like 300 or whatever videos. How many does she have posted of other people doing the exact same thing. I haven't seen a single one of his videos. Don't even know what she's talking about. Just the
I
sheer
think she
number.
had like a hundred and some, what, 120 or 160 videos on FM. She's had it close to 100 on me.
That's what I mean.
Close.
How can you be upset for somebody
Yeah.
doing that to you when that's the norm that you do? You're her norm. It's not the norm, it's her norm that you do to other people. The talking out of both sides of your mouth just is hideous to me. But
It is hideous.
girl, you keep taking care of that granddaughter. We know you're doing the right thing for all the right reasons. And it's a shame that with that amount of hate that was out there last year about you, it's human nature for some reason, even about ourselves. The bad stuff is just easier to believe. And
It is.
it kills me, but that or unalives me. That's kind of how humans work. So I know you've struggled with it. I've seen you, but you rise above it every day to be able to get up and take care of her. And that's just all you can ask for in life.
I think that, well, of course, that's bothersome, right? Because when you're speaking about these kinds of things, you're really not only speaking on me. I think, and that's kind of where it gets lost too, right? People accept the things she's saying because she's saying them about me. Hey, Virgo. Because she's saying them about me, but really, this is an entire community. You're not just talking about me. You're talking about an entire community of parents that have close to the same struggles, right? So when you come to the internet and you want to get ugly about parents of children with disabilities, you're not really only speaking on me. You're speaking on a lot of other people that are going through the same thing as me. So where you feel like you're sticking it to me and you're making me feel bad about myself, because at the end of the day, that is what you're trying to do. You're really making a group of people feel bad about themselves and their position, and that's fucking wrong. And I'm never just going to let it sit out there in the airways. And I have to, this is like to cement it in. You're speaking from a position of privilege. You're speaking from a position of literal ignorance. You're back, Breezy. You have absolutely no idea of the experience. You have no idea about the struggle. None of these things you know. It was your granddaughter, but that ish I take personal, right? Because you know, people that understand the struggle are going to sympathize with that struggle. And all I know, here's the thing. A lot of you ain't had your ass beat by your kid, and it shows. A lot of you haven't had to spend the afternoon scrubbing shit off the walls, and it shows. Some of you haven't had to wrestle a child on the floor for hours so that she doesn't hurt herself, and it fucking shows. Go ahead, Roberta. How are you?
Hi there, how are you?
I'm here.
I feel that. You feel that to a deeper level. Well, couple things. One, I wasn't around in September. That's when I left the app. I left when it was sold. I left because, much like you, I was very political and very boisterous on my politics. And when it sold, if you pay attention to what's going on, and I know you do, but I know a lot of other people don't. And I'm saying this because I read something about myself this morning that I didn't know, that I left because I was scared. I wasn't involved in all of this. I removed myself from being, I guess, a piece in this game back in, I want to say February, March, after my escapades with Skittles, because it was just so exhausting. And whenever everybody new started coming around, I was like, oh, nope, I'm not getting involved in this, because I didn't agree with any of it. But I did watch, not too much in the beginning. I didn't start really paying attention too much more until like maybe November, December. But yeah, so whoever is running with the narrative that I ran because I was scared, there was nothing to be scared of. The only thing I was worried about was my opinions because we are losing the right to have them. And a lot of people aren't privy to that knowledge because they don't use those freedoms. So they don't know that those are up for loss.
Right. That's it too.
Yeah. So, when you see creators that have the FBI at their door for speaking their mind, and I'm not even talking about this situation. I'm talking about political situations all over the app. I mean, that gets frightening. So I start to mind my
The
own
feds are
business too.
showing up. The feds are definitely showing
Yeah.
up, man.
Yes. Yeah. And getting put on list, and language in our terrorism laws and all that are being changed, and it gets scary. Yeah, it gets scary. So was I afraid of all this drama? No. I wasn't involved in it to be afraid of it. Nobody knew who I was, and I was okay with that. I found myself on a different part of the app. I was trying to do advocacy. I was trying to help. I think people who know me from before can contest to that. As far as, so that was that, like, that's kind of why, like, there was nothing I could speak up about. I wasn't here to do so. But I'm seeing it now. And I think that for a long time, the wrong things were being focused on. That should have been highlighted a long time ago, by multiple people. What I can say is this: better late than never. Right?
Yeah.
We have to acknowledge that, because if we do not acknowledge that, then nobody will finally open their eyes and say, oh, okay, wait, this is too far. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that people are starting to see, like, the dangers of Skimmy's mouth and the dangers of her platform. Now I'm going to explain why her platform is so dangerous when she uses language like, how would Social Security feel? Or, do you receive benefits? Maybe they need to know X, Y, and Z, because it wasn't just with you. I've watched her do it throughout the years toward a multitude of creators, those who she finds to be vulnerable compared to her. And to be honest with you, if it not mentally vulnerable, I also think that she feels if she treats or attacks certain people, or holds these lives on people who are lesser than her, they can't afford a lawyer because it would be a civil case. And I think she knew.
You okay, Bob? Can y'all hear her? Hold on. Can y'all hear her? Yeah, she cut out for me too. Yeah, she might. Oh, she had to drop. She must have got a call. Hey, I don't know. I only remember Bob briefly from her other TikTok days. Now everybody's gone. Okay. So I don't really know if I need to, like, really. Okay, so were y'all in everybody's live that, like, replayed the things that were said? Because one of the things that bothers me is, like, I heard Virgo play in the live, and then I heard a lot of things, like, that I didn't hear her say. So when I got off my live yesterday, I didn't listen to hers. I had shit to do. So when Virgo was replaying it last night, I listened to a lot of things that I didn't even know were said. Virgo, the reason why I wanted you and really smashed too was, I know that Sunshine sent you her receipts. And one of the big things that I think we didn't talk about, or I don't want to say we, because y'all could have come to the internet, right? And said, hey, I've looked at this stuff and I can't find, any kind of evidence of a scam. Now, the back and forth that Smash and I had about that, some receipts were sent to Smash, and then I sent her my receipts, and she was like, okay, that's all. I don't have anything to say about this. So the fact that you all couldn't put any stock in the fact that nobody else could find a scam, but the scam narrative was being pushed so hard, right? So now, I was thinking about that last night, like at that time, I didn't hear too many people going, hey, yeah, well, I kind of looked at it and I didn't find anything. I know Smash said that what receipts I sent her, she was like, that's the only question I had. And it was buried. But it wasn't like, here's the thing. It was only Scammy that was coming here. It was only Sunshine that was coming here telling you that there was a scam. And they had ulterior motives for that. There were reasons why they wanted you to believe that. There was no scam. So and about the receipts part, we're going to go over that because she always says that I refuse to show receipts. No, bitch. I refuse to show you receipts. That's what I refuse to do. I refuse to show you a fuck thing. But when it came down to people that fucking donated, like that, baby. Receipts like that, baby. As soon as Duchess of Dallas came out and said that I scammed her, receipt on right then. Anybody that donated could have seen their receipt. Any single person. But if you think I was just going to get on here and prove something to you, bitch, sit and fucking spin. Sit and fucking spin. So enough with that. If people that donated want a receipt, they got it.
Hey, my bad. I'm sorry. I think I froze or something. I don't even know if anybody heard half of what I said, but
yeah, we heard. Well, yeah, you just cut out suddenly, so we heard the beginning.
okay. Yeah, just basically it's dangerous what she does on her platform. When you have, a large amount of your spectators are for, searching out people who are scamming and calling agencies for said scammers and stuff like that. When you make those statements, you do it with malice and you know it, and that's the problem. And just like yesterday, my big thing is she made all those comments her entire life. The narrative was built around the fact of how much money you're spending making phone calls. And yeah, sure. You said, she put up a video, that's, had the same Google search that I know she saw when I was in that live. I know she saw it. You can't tell me you didn't look up the particular county that you called 1,000,000 times already to see how much a phone call is. But you made sure to read off Florida's. But then you make that video and then you turn around and go, I apologize. Did you apologize for the things that mattered? Did you apologize for the insinuations that you made? Did you apologize for the assumptions on where, your granddaughter, where her stuff goes, if she's taken care of, whatever like that? That is dangerous. And she didn't. The point is she didn't. So for me, it's just one of those things where it's like, there's a bigger picture than just this incident. And I think that needs to be recognized.
That's my point.
And I'm not here trying to I'm big on show people what people do and move forward, because there's really not much more you can do than that, or at least hope for some accountability from said person so that it can stop. That's my big thing. I'm not here to do this big show and make up lies and just, argue all the time. No, some things lead to more dangerous things, and it's a pattern. And I saw the pattern, and I still see the pattern. And until somebody stands up and says, damn, if we don't stop this pattern now, it's just going to continue, then it is just going to continue.
Yeah. One of the whole phone call thing is That is the weirdest, like, narrative to push, right? First of all, if I would ever send Mike money, he would be furious. He would, the way that man wants money from nobody, he doesn't want a fuck dime from nobody. But he would, in particularly, be mad if I send him money because, of course, he knows my position. It's just because you act like I have all this money just to waste, and that's wild to me. You get a whole $964 a month, $300 for rent, $200 for your phone and your internet. Then you have gas and electric. And God forbid, where do you think the rest of that fucking money goes? Food. If you haven't noticed, food is really expensive. I don't have $5 to spend on phone calls. I don't have money to give anybody. And the fact that you would ever think that a man, any man, is going to trump this child, you got me fucked up.
I feel that. I think that everybody thinks that, everybody has disposable income, and, it's rough.
I don't have income.
Even the people who had disposable income now have to tighten up because it's just, the future is very unknown. And so that ideology that people are just throwing out hundreds around here is crazy. And I also think it's crazy too that, those assumptions can be made and everybody can just be like, oh yeah, totally. Absolutely. You don't know anybody. Like, we don't know each other on that level. None of us do. So that's just, you want to talk about dangerous assumptions or putting out misinformation, we could talk about that all day long. But I know I'm not up on these fucking lives making, crazy, wild accusations on people with no footing.
You're never gonna catch me on this motherfucker trying to minimize the experience of a parent with an autistic child ever. Ever, 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 ever. Parenting is hard. Parenting is hard. These phone calls are free. I posted a video yesterday showing everybody that they're free phone calls. There's no money needed for the phone calls. But parenting, right? Already hard enough. Parenting a neurotypical child, hard. Parenting is not easy. Parenting a child with autism, by far the most challenging. Usually an inmate has to have money. And listen, I am not here to debate how every jail runs its book. You know what? If you guys don't get off that fucking phone call thing, I'm gonna play it.
Listen, typically at other jails, yes. Some places you need money on your books. Some places you need money on your call
I'm just gonna play this fucking thing right the fuck now. Hold on. Thank you, Shiny Penny.
start singing. No, thanks, Ash. Sometimes I am too. Other moments, not so much. Other moments, I'm like, why the fuck?
My bad. I'm connecting to my tablet. How we're on like stuck on a fucking phone call is so fucking weird to me, but
I think that Amanda said she was not doubting you at all, just saying either way, it's not costing you. So she was just,
yeah. Anyway, it's just so crazy that somebody can get on the internet and say something and everybody's like, yeah, that's all it works. It's so crazy. I am though, because what I don't want to do is leave this live and forget about things that I absolutely did want to respond to. Because I have this thing about leaving stuff out in the atmosphere without correcting it. I fucking hate it.
Well, I'm just going to say this and then I'm going to drop because my day needs to start. But yesterday when because we're on the topic of the phone call thing, yesterday when Scammy had made the comment, well, the multiple comments about, what was costing you and all this, when I went in her box and I said, I want you to look up that county particularly and see how much it costs. She had an immediate answer and an immediate amount to what she said it costs. Now that would require research, right? Because she said, I looked it up already. It costs, I think she said 9 cents or 19 cents or something like that a minute. That is wild because you put it out as a fact. You put it out as if you already had done your research, Scammy, and you put it out as if it was solid evidence. Right. When you do that, you're putting under the assumption to your audience that you have already done the research before you spoke on it. And she's done this a multitude of times where she just speaks out of her ass because she gets confused where her mouth is. I would too. They both look alike. And you make everybody in your followers who have followed you and believe everything you say think that is Bible. And that's an issue. Right? Because you knew that you didn't look it up, Scammy. You didn't research it, but you just threw a number out there. Well, that has very much relevance about everything you talk about on your platform, Scammy. But thank you so much for letting me up. I just wanted to clarify on those things, and I don't want you to forget what else you wanted to talk about. Everybody,
you're not affecting that.
Love you, Bob.
All right, I love you. All right, I'll talk to you. I'll be in the comments.
Okay.
All right, bye.
What up, Mickey?
Hey, I just wanted to come up and say, yeah, I agree with Bob. No research was done on that at all. And here's my thing, like, why okay, so back to what you were saying about, because I don't know how it is where you live, right? People can't afford a lot of, like, I don't know, like, how it is where you live, like, the cost of living, right?
Right.
The cost of living is going up, but the pay rate isn't. And I can tell you from experience here in Tennessee, and I know Breezy can too, everything is going up, but our pay rate ain't. We're still stuck at $7.25 minimum wage.
That's so crazy.
$7.25.
We are in PA too. Yeah.
It's wild. And listen, so if you've got a criminal record like I do, you can't get a good paying job. You barely make over that minimum wage.
Right.
Now, factoring in trying to pay rent, which is about $800 a month.
You're lucky for $800. You can't find anything under $1,000 here.
Yeah. Then factor in your light bill and your water bill. You have to go to what your necessities are. What is your wants versus your needs, and cut out a lot of shit because it's getting too expensive to live.
So when we're talking about like cutting back and having to really pay attention to where your money goes, how much do you think my granddaughter goes without?
None.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Guess who goes without?
We do the adults. You know, I live paycheck to paycheck, and there's times when when I pay my bills, I don't have a thing left. I can't even go and buy shampoo and conditioner because I didn't have nothing left. But you know, my bills are paid. You know, like I have a roof over my head. My bills are paid. I do utilize resources in the community like food banks and stuff like that.
So do I.
Um,
I get a food box every other Wednesday.
but and I don't know how it is in where the county Breezy lives, but here in my county, like food banks, they don't give you shit anymore. Here it's out of dated. Like last time I went, I had to throw half of it away. So again, the point of it is you're pocket watching people, right? You're worried about what they're spending. There's nothing to fucking spend.
That's what I tried to just say. Like I don't have anything. Hey, you know, the last you know, it used to be where, you know, you struggled for like 3 or 4 days at the end of the month, and then it it turned into a whole week of the month, and now it's like 2 weeks, you know what I mean, that you struggle. The struggle time has grown, right?
Yep.
But my granddaughter, every time she asks for her safe foods, they're always here. Every time she wants her muffin or every time she wants her toaster strudel, those motherfuckers are in the freezer. Got it? Now those last 10 days of the month, I'm eating whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. And if that means I'm having peanut butter and jelly for dinner, then that means I'm having peanut butter and jelly for dinner. But that child's always going to have what she asks for each and every fucking time. And if I have to make it happen outside of my fucking means, bitch, I'm going to.
Yep.
Just like you're going to.
Ash is in the comments. She can tell you. There's been multiple times, many of the times that I have lived on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for weeks. For weeks, because
And
that's
a
all I
raviolis, bitch,
had
I
and
ain't
all
picky.
I
It's
could
a means
afford.
to an end for me.
I mean, it's all I had and all I could afford. And hey, that peanut butter and jelly sandwich will hit when you're hungry.
It'll be the best one you ever had when you're fucking hungry.
Yep.
You know what? Here's the thing, y'all. The dehumanization. Now let's rewind, all right? Let's rewind just a little fucking bit. Because the dehumanization has been here for a long time. I'm not gonna get on y'all, even though I feel it is my duty, about how you feel. If you want to be xenophobic on the internet, bitch, be xenophobic on the internet. If you want to be Islamophobic on the internet, bitch, be Islamophobic on the internet. It's forever, and people are gonna remember you for just that. But when it comes to people unaliving because they don't have access to food and water, and you laugh about it, or you make memes about it, or you exercise that racism, bitch, that's on you.
And I want to say this.
I know a lot of people hold opinions of Middle Eastern people. I get it. It is in fact your inherent racism that keeps you there. But never on my watch are you going to dehumanize another human being, especially one that's fighting to stay alive every day, and then have the audacity to come back here and dehumanize parents of autistic children. Bitch, sit and fucking spin. I am never going to be quiet about that. Ever.
And before I drop, I want to say this.
Who's this, who is Blanky? Let's
I don't
not.
know, but don't be coming.
I don't give a fuck who's friends with who. Let's get Blanky the fuck out.
Yeah. Before I drop, I want to say this too. Can we stop using children as a pawn in your stick games because they're not pawns? Quit posting kids. Quit fucking speaking on kids. They're innocent. Kids are not to be used as a pawn in your game. Leave it the fuck alone. Leave kids alone. Stop using people's trauma, their past. Stop using their DV. Stop.
Everything.
If
All the
you've got an
trauma.
issue with a person, leave it with that person and leave. And I mean, get in a box and battle it the fuck out. But leave the kids, leave their past, leave their trauma, all that out of it. It's not
Hey,
okay. You're gonna
I
end up
can't
pushing somebody over the edge one day.
every day. And they don't care. Hey, I'm gonna comment on this because this is what we're not gonna do.
I'm gonna hop down.
If somebody says that Holly Mae is secretly friends with Retina, I'm gonna say something about that. This is fucking ridiculous. I just I think maybe y'all have just never experienced real friendship. Those are real friends, like real friends, not internet friends, not haha kiki. We're friends today, not friends tomorrow. That was a friendship. That was a long friendship that was built brick by brick, just like me and Tech. Right? Just like me. I don't like watching my former friend go through things. I don't like to watch her hurt. She was over there today and she's crying and she's upset. And I went in there purposely because I felt strongly about doing it, to go in there and tell her, hey, you have lived through things that would have ended other people. I am always going to love her. I'm always going to love her no matter what. No matter how many harmful things are said, no matter how many arguments or whatever, I'm always going to love that person. Quit judging people. Quit, because at the end of the fucking day, it's ain't none of your fucking business. Yes, Loopy. And if she wants to be friend, I don't give a fuck. It ain't none of your fucking business. And the fact that y'all always, why do you base things, whether they're right or they're wrong, on how you feel about a person? Why can't you be able to notice things are wrong even towards somebody that you don't like? It's like you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or wrong only applies if you like a person. Your personal feelings for somebody shouldn't have a fuck thing to do with what's right and what's wrong. Which is a big reason why we're here. Now, a big part of what was wrong in Scammy's live that people were overlooking is the imitation at the beginning of the live. You guys thought that was funny? Is that comedy to you? Like her imitating another person and making it so ugly? That's entertaining to you? That's something to laugh about? This is what I mean. What was it, yesterday or the other day, when she was putting up the pictures? I have them. I may as well just show you. Like this was something to kiki about. This was something that y'all found funny. You thought this was so funny. You know what we did? We got good black and whites as to why this shit ain't fucking funny. And why you're portraying Middle Eastern men the way you are. You ugly fucking human being you are. You are the ugliest fucking human on this fucking app. This is funny? You laughed about this. A bunch of you clapped for it. And then you have the fucking audacity, Crazy. Wild time to be alive, y'all. Wild time to be alive. Alright, we're gonna fast forward through her ignorance of the imitating people, because that's just terrible.
That's not a bad age. But when you turn, when you get to your 70s, you're still gonna be up and moving around, and
I hope so.
He is married, you're right.
So, was anybody's life ruined over the weekend? Trace, was your life ruined?
No, oddly enough, it was supposed to be. I waited for it anxiously, and nothing happened, and I'm gravely disappointed.
oh, that's
I was
right.
waiting. Yes, my life was supposed to be ruined. Yeah.
Those of you that don't know, Scammy Bammy went on a bender yesterday.
A bender.
Saturday. I don't even
Bitch, I
remember. She
wish.
goes on all the time, and she's just so
Bitch,
angry.
I
All kinds
wish.
of just folds together after a while. But she said that she was going to spend her Sunday. A lot of people spend it in church. But she was going to spend her Sunday, what was the wording? Destroying your career and scam and me.
Let's
that accurate?
run back
I believe so.
the footage.
I believe so. I believe
No,
that
here,
was it.
listen, let's
And
correct
Warren,
that. No, that wasn't said. And the fact that you can't just go back and clip me is wild, because it would not fit your narrative. But what I did in fact say was that I would spend my time that day making sure everybody in your fucking community, that means like your neighbors, your Facebook friends, like that, those kind of people, I think they should be wildly aware of your fucking racism. I think they should know who their neighbor is, who their real estate agent is, who their teachers are. And if that person is on the internet exercising racism, I just feel like they have the right to know. And if that has an impact on your career, Tracy, my advice to you would then be, just don't be racist on the internet, and you wouldn't have anything to worry about. Because outside of your little bubble, you will find that there are, in fact, a lot of people that don't agree with racism.
our perspective communities about us. Yes.
Yes, that's what I expected.
Kudos to her though, because
Kudos to me.
that's one thing off the table with her. We don't have that, to let her community know about her, because everybody knows about her already, that she's fucking cuckoo.
You ain't seen shit yet.
Brandy. What did I do?
Good morning,
She
dolls.
is so sweet. She's the sweetest person I know. Her and Breezy.
Oh, they are, Loopy.
Yes.
They're horribly
She's
racist.
innocent.
It's all based off of these little parodies, like me seeing Ubo Cow. She's a little pressed about it. She's a little
Oh, it's because you and Bilal, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I stole her beloved Bilal, so there's
Yeah.
that.
This is what she's bent over.
Wow, you guys are gross. But Bilal happens to be a very happily married man. His wife is beautiful, just a beautiful woman, but a beautiful human being. Like, physically, inherently, she is just an amazing human being. So yeah, do I have a problem with you disrespecting the fuck out of her and their marriage? I do. As I should. As I fucking should. Because this bitch... Now, I want to tell you something. Why y'all want to use ChatGPT to make ugly videos, but not use ChatGPT to fucking educate yourselves is crazy to me. You have the same fucking tools as everybody the fuck else. Because this has been going on for quite some time. Let me see if I can, because not only do they do that, but they... They do stuff like this. Stuff like this. Especially this one. This is great, right? This is all racism. This is all racism. Okay, and if you want to exercise that on the internet, like I said, feel free to do so. This is funny to you. It's not funny to other people. It's not funny to other people. These are racist tropes. These are stereotypes. It's xenophobia. It's all the phobias wrapped into one. And you're just out here showing it on the internet like it's accepted. And you laugh about it, Tracy. You laugh about it. You laugh about racism. You think it's funny. So do I believe that your community needs to know what you do here? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
This is what she's bent over.
Let me see. Yeah, because she shows... Oh, yeah. Let me see if I... They're showing this one. Let me see if I can find it.
This picture is racist.
Yes.
Oh, it's racist as fuck, you
Yes,
idiots.
And it's racist, and the fact that Tracy made a comment about how many...
I don't have a screenshot of the one they're talking about.
To see how many goats they could have on. Now,
Right.
Again, Pammy, if you remember correctly, the reason why we have been busting
Let's talk about this.
the goat meat and the beef is because a year ago you were fucking lying to everybody. Do I need to do a recap of that? Where you said you bought a cow with some of the money you got, and you said, "Oh, here's some videos that they made about the cow," and they show a cow walking around. And then in the next picture, it's fucking goat meat in packages. And not only was it goat meat, it was 2 years.
Could you imagine being mad about people eating? Could you imagine being angry that people that are experiencing a genocide had food to eat on a holiday? Do you guys know about the Eid holiday? Do you know about the Eid holiday and what it represents and what they do on Eid? Because it's all about giving back. That holiday is all about giving back to people that cannot do for themselves. And if you know anything about Islam, you would know that that is the foundation. Okay? So also, to all the videos I put on private, right? I'm going to scroll back into mine and Abood's messages, and I'm going to screenshot where he comes to me very excited, very happy, right? Because a doctor at the hospital that Abood laid in the bed for 18 months with cancer during a genocide. Do you know that? Did you know that he was supposed to die? Do you know that he went to the West Bank to be treated for cancer, where he laid in a bed for 18 months and had to learn to walk again, had to learn to do all those things again while his family was being bombed in Gaza? Did you know that about him? Did you know that he goes to the same cancer unit and gives showers to cancer patients, sits with them, is their company while there? He is one of the most beautiful human beings I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. He has made me a better person. What happened was, we bought the cow and slaughtered the cow on Eid. There is a video of Abood live during the slaughter. But then his friend, who owns a restaurant, donated goats so that if they ran out of meat, they would have the goats. So when you see all the packaged meat, that is goat meat that was going to the cancer unit at the hospital that there was also a video of. So being mad on the internet that people experience a genocide are eating, that people suffering with cancer during a genocide are eating on a holiday is wildly evil work. Wildly evil work.
Can I just say something too? To all of those people sitting over there with her laughing at this, it's only funny to them until it is them. I know a lot of people down here in your comments right now have been dragged by somebody at some point in time on this app. And exactly, Megan, over food. She's done it to people with food stamps. There's just consistency.
She did it to me with food stamps.
Exactly. When they were stopped for a lot of people, it was like, oh damn well. I will never shame a human being for food. There's very few things I would shame anybody for, except the obvious. But yeah, it's disgusting that they find it funny. And then all of a sudden, when it is them, it's not so funny. We're the people to speak out against this. Blah, blah, blah. Stop it.
Okay, so on that point, because that's a good point, the other day, if you remember during her live, and I can play it, I have, I'm sure I have the clip here with everything else, but you heard Tracy say, we're going to make me and Bilal are going to make an Amazon wish list. So we'll be putting water and tents because we'll be needing them. That's what she said. She said, we are going to make an Amazon wish list and we're going to put water trucks, and tents on our wish list because we're going to need them. Now me, how I see that, is this animal? Well, who is this account? Hey, it's me, animal. Is that animal? She wished cancer on, she wished cancer on Nikki. She wished cancer on Nikki. I just listened to that clip the other day, in fact. So in my mind, when you get on the internet and you say that about people that don't have sufficient water and don't have sufficient food, of course, I'm going to then say that I hope that you are so thirsty and you never find a drop of water. I'm also going to say that I hope when you go and get in your tent, a bomb falls on your head. That's what I'm going to say, because I think that's the kind of behavior that you in fact deserve. Period. If you're going to get on here and say those kinds of things about people that are going without water, food, and shelter, I think you should go without water, food, and shelter. I don't think I'm wrong for that. I don't think I'm wrong for that at the fuck all.
Years earlier, 3 years
Well,
earlier.
She just went live.
Yeah, I was about to say, guess who went live?
She just went live.
I hope he streams me because I have a message.
Oh, she does too, because I took Bill out of Bojangles this morning and he really liked it. So, you know.
Well, here's the thing, Roberta, you can't really say that. I mean, I'm just supposed to No, I'm never going to let that go. I 100% feel that way. 100% feel that way. I feel like if you're out here saying people should suffer, I'm going to say you should suffer as well. I think you should suffer the same fate.
Hey, listen, I get the anger and I understand how you're feeling, but I like to share this tidbit of my knowledge with people, and you could take it or leave it. It's up to you. Your beliefs are yours and mine are mine, right? I'm big on speaking with intention because what we put into the universe has a way of coming back to us. And because she did it, that'll be her karma to bear. Those will be her harmful wishes to one day possibly face. But I don't want that for you from the universe because I believe that you're better than that. That's just my belief system. I don't expect you to adopt it. That's just how I feel. And I'm very big on speaking how I feel, just like you. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, please don't put that out there. You're better than her. I really do mean that.
Listen, I know I'm better than her. That's for sure. She could never. She fucking could never. But it's just really hard watching the things that I've watched, and maybe there are things that not everybody has watched, but I've watched people really suffer like horrible, horrible things. And for somebody to make light of that or think that it's something that you could ever fucking joke about, I just don't have time for that kind of energy in the atmosphere.
Right. And which means that you don't adopt it. Right. So when people are, doing horrible things, like I know for myself, I'm not going to do the same horrible things. And because I know that that's not me. And that's why she did put that into the universe, and that will come back to her in one form or another, whether she recognizes that's what's happening in the moment when something bad happens, because at the end of the day, the universe serves us what we dish out. That's why, like when I get mad, trust me, I get very mad and I think about what I'm going to say, because I know that I've wished things on people in the past that has come back to me. And I've had to recognize it as, oh yeah, like I did put this out there. This was my spirit feeling these words and my spirit putting these things out there. I really shouldn't do that. I had to learn from experience, and I just don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody that doesn't deserve that kind of. So I kind of sit with, when people do stuff like that, kind of sit with it for a minute, and I remind myself that there's something bigger than me and all of us that one day will put that mirror up. You know what I mean? That reflection will eventually show, but it doesn't need to be me looking at my reflection because of what I said, So that's all.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I said that. I want the universe to serve you good. That's all,
I appreciate you, Bob.
Thank you for letting me up again.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll let you go back to it.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I did. He's never had those.
I'm sure she will stream you.
Yes.
That's good. I have something to say to her.
Hi, Juliana.
But today, after I poked Pammy for a while.
Hey, I just want to let you know that this woman, she's 55, and she purposely slobbered on her kitchen counter yesterday, and then ate her breakfast off the same spot that she let that slobber drip out of her mouth. I never saw the bitch clean it up. She just let that shit fall, turned around and walked away from it, and then turned around and came back and ate her breakfast in it. You nasty bitch. Nasty, nasty bitch.
We are going to watch videos of way back, starting in early January.
It was terrible. It was fucking terrible.
I'm going to put a picture up for now. I'm going to put Bilal's up. Do you think I should do that?
Why not?
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture.
Aww. That's touchy.
Do you remember the times of your life?
I can't.
I like this one, but I do like the other one where they're getting married with her marrying them. That was so nice of her.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very nice of Pam, considering she fucking lost out to him.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of my people captured his heart.
Yes.
I'm sure that is burning and chapping her ass something fierce.
Thank you,
But here's my
Juliana.
question. She made a comment.
Hi.
She made a comment.
Hold on, hold
I'm
on,
not
hold
even
on,
sure
hold
what it
on.
was.
Go ahead.
So sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your thing, but I just wanted to say I could have went my entire life without knowing what a cum shot to her mouth looks like. Oh, sorry. But honestly,
Fucking bitch.
why are we spitting on our counter? Ma'am, how because to be honest with you, that's exactly what it looked like, Snark. Okay?
Well, now I'll never be able to see it another way.
I don't
So,
appreciate the
thanks for
spit
that.
being that cloudy. There's an issue.
Oh.
There is a serious issue going on. I'm glad I could do that to all of you guys. Okay, bye.
God, no. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm never gonna see it any other way now. That's great. Fucking nasty. That was fucking nasty.
But she said something to the extent of, oh my God, I talked to Florida Man for like 10 minutes and we were laughing about scamming. Well, first of all, Pam, I talk about you to a lot of other friends and it's longer than 10 minutes. So there's that. Number two, you don't work. According to you, Pamela, and you've made this comment before, you refuse to get a job because you're overqualified. So to you, you don't give a shit about earning money any way you can, like any fucking parent would. What you care about is the prestige level of your job.
Now, if Scammy was able to do research, she would have played the clip where I said that the jobs that I was seeking out, I was absolutely overqualified for, but I was still trying to get them. Oh, jeez.
Seriously? You know, there are a ton of people in this country that have to work jobs that are not at their level. But what they do have is kids. They have a family, they have a rent, or they have a house, and they know the fucking bills have to get paid. So we know you don't work because it's beneath you. We know, as you said many times, y'all live off of the Social Security money that comes in for your granddaughter. So why the fuck are you spending your granddaughter's money talking to a fucking felon in jail? And I guarantee you that's not the only time you've talked to him.
Oh,
And
no,
if
it
I was a
wasn't.
betting woman, I would put money on the fact that you've been sending funds to his books. So the question is, what are you not providing for your granddaughter because of your fuckery with a lifelong criminal and felon? And there's this, Pammy. Responsibilities of a child's payee. Social Security tells payees to spend a child's SSI on the child's current maintenance, not fucking calling somebody in jail to give them gossip about TikTok. And oh, if you're not sure what that is, Pammy, it includes things like food, shelter, clothing, medical care, and personal care items.
Now, this, I'm going to ask for a little interaction from the chat here for the people that know me. For the people that receive videos and pictures of Gianna, put your hand up in the chat if I have ever sent you a picture or video of Gianna. Shiny, I'm sure I've sent you stuff for, I know Hills gets them all the time. Well, okay, but there are people in here, just the people that have seen G in videos or pictures. Because one thing that I am a firm believer in, no, not posts, I don't post her, but I have sent personal pictures and videos. One thing about G for me is I love to dress Gianna. Becca Lynn has gotten pictures and videos of Gianna. Now, has in any of those pictures and videos that people have seen, have you ever seen Gianna look unkept? Have you ever seen her look dirty? Have her clothes looked like they don't fit or don't belong or are ratted and tatted? No. You would not ever seen that. In fact, Gianna has won best dressed at her school because I take a lot of pride in how my granddaughter looks going and coming and going. I don't care if we're even going out on the balcony. I like her to look nice. You know what I like to do? I like to dress her appropriate for her personality, right? Yeah, I love doing that. I love doing her hair. I do braid styles all the time, looking for new ones constantly. So all of the things that she's talking about here, medical care, clothes, food, check, check, check. I want her to feel good about herself. I put clothes on her to make her feel good about herself. I do her hair in pretty designs and pretty styles so that she feels good about herself.
The only time you...
Whoops.
Got a phone call. The only time you ever see that child dirty is she loves ketchup. That's the only time she loves ketchup.
You're gonna see the child with some ketchup on her shirt from time to time. That is absolutely true. Because at this point, yeah. Listen,
that's insane.
It is insane.
I get videos of you doing her hair, of everything. I talk to Pam every day. We FaceTime. I mean,
there's and there are people in here that have a really good understanding of my home life. Hillary being the main one that has seen the good, the bad, the ugly, right? Because with autism, it is the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is. I enjoy creators that get on the internet and are honest about autism, that don't come here and try to make it this amazing journey that has just, you know, opened your eye. Like, that's all fine and good. You can have that. I have that as well. But if you're not in tune with the ugly side of autism that there absolutely is, then I don't feel like you're being realistic with it, right? Because, and that's kind of what I mean about saying that about Scammy earlier. You have not had your ass whooped by a 4-year-old. You have not had to listen to a child scream for hours on end. Hours on end. There's just no way of, hi Mike, how are you? So yes, there is a not so pretty side to autism. And I love creators that are honest about it, because that is really the only way we get seen, is by seeing other people experience the same things. And getting on here and saying all these things about me, you might want me to be hurt over it. You might want me to feel like less of a human being, but you're not only affecting me. There is an entire community of parents that go through the day not feeling like they're good enough, not feeling like they're adequate, not like me. And my friend had a talk yesterday about, she feels horrible, like, and this is a real feeling, that you feel bad for the child because you're like, you're stuck with me, and you feel like you don't know what you're doing, and you feel like you're not helping, and you feel like you're not enough, and you feel and you feel and you feel and you feel all those fucking things all the time about a child that you love more than your own life, that you would do anything to make sure they're always happy, they're always safe, they're always laughing. Like, you're speaking from a position that you know nothing the fuck about. One thing Virgo said in her live yesterday that is so true is, there are no days off. You can't call in sick. You cannot schedule vacation time. This job does not end. You are working from the time you open your eyes until the time you close your eyes. And there are really, really rough spots in between that. Yes, you don't know. You know, just in the morning when I wake up 6:15, I get up, I make my coffee, and the first thing I feel every day, and think about it, the first thing I feel when I get up in my day is anxiety. Anxiety about her waking up, anxiety about getting her out the door, anxiety about her school day, anxiety about the evening and how that's going to go. Because on top of autism, my granddaughter has trauma. Imagine being traumatized and not being able to express your fear. Think about it. Think about being scared, not understanding what the fuck is going on, and being unable to tell people, being unable to express your fear. Think about being a parent of a nonverbal child that cannot tell you when something is hurting them. You have to go through it. You have to be in tune. You have to know. You have to know without being told. And all the while, the child's in pain, but cannot tell you how to make it better. Do you know the feeling that comes with that? Do you know the feeling of a child being in pain and not being able to tell you so that you can fix it? I don't think anybody has an excuse to be ignorant about autism in 2026.
Medical care and personal care items. Nowhere does it say for your fucking entertainment during the day because you're too lazy to get a job.
Lazy. Now, I've been called a lot of things in my life, but shit, that ain't never been one of them, because you see, I wasn't always here, right? This wasn't always my position. I spoke about this the other day. I spoke about this, and I know that there are other parents that feel the same fucking way, right? I told everybody in my life, even when I was a no good fucking drunk, bitch, I had jobs. Usually more than fucking one. Ain't never been lazy a day in my motherfucking life. And you know what you cannot be when you have a child with autism? Lazy. It doesn't exist. I really wish I had a minute to be fucking lazy, lady. Lazy. Another thing, and I'm going to say this until I can't say it anymore, this bitch could never. This bitch couldn't walk a fucking day in my shoes and make it. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way, and I know that as well as I sit here, bitch. You could never. And please, 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 never lose sight that the woman in this video just criticizing parents of autistic children, me in particular, but it is a community. Hi, Suba, how are you? Is an educator. She was a teacher in the Sandy Hook education system in Connecticut. This woman, with all these ignorant views, educated children. I also had a conversation with a person that said, if I would come across her and she had taught my child, I would be livid. She rode her father's coattails. He was the head. Yes, Mike, yes. Raising children. That's what I said. Very possibly children with IEPs. And this is how you feel about their parents. I wonder if they'd like to know that. I wonder if they would. I wonder if they would like to know that you had all these views about children with disabilities and their parents while you were a teacher.
And think about it. Maybe if you weren't spending this fucking money, and I'm sure it's been more than one call. Let's say you've talked to him 5 times in the last month. You know what that is?
Way
That's
more
about
than that.
$100. $100.
It was way more than that.
As you said, your rent is going up. So no, because of your fucking bullshit. And I'm sure if Social Security took a look at your books, they would see that you're pissing $100 or more away.
The fact that this woman thinks I have $100 anywhere is fucking comical. You are on here telling everybody that I live on my granddaughter's disability. That disability is less than $1,000 a month. That pays rent, that pays the bills, and makes some dent in food, right? The fact that you even think that I have $100 anywhere is wild. As she lives off her father and her wife. Exactly.
Every month.
Christ.
On you. And not where that money's supposed to go. And guess what? You talk about how kids that are autistic have a hard time when things change in their life, which I know this firsthand from teaching. Things have got to be very structured for kids. And it's a sliding scale as to if a child that has autism is a little more flexible than another kid who has autism. It's very different for every single kid. But you have said in the past that things have got to be very structured, and you blamed the FBI for coming to your house, and you had to spend a shit ton of time.
Why would I blame the FBI for coming to my house? That sounds so weird. Why would I blame the FBI for coming to my house? Like, they're doing their jobs. Why would I blame them? Am I a fan? No. I am not a fan of Kash Patel's FBI. But why would I blame them? Weird.
Time calming your granddaughter.
Okay, so then she says that I had to spend a lot of time calming my granddaughter down. Yes, I did, because one of my granddaughter's triggers is strangers in the home. Always has been since she was little. She doesn't like people in her fucking space. That's kind of autistic. She doesn't even like people that she likes in her space. How do you like that? So when unannounced strangers show up, yes, we're going to have behaviors. That particular day, she bloodied her own nose. See, I think that's another thing that you don't understand is how harmful the behaviors are that come with that. Like the self-injury, right? Remember the narrative that Sunshine framed around the FBI? She said that the FBI called CPS on me because I showed pictures of Gianna with the bruises all over her face that she did to herself in school. You remember that? They said the FBI called CPS on me because I showed those pictures and they saw her with those bruises. But when CPS showed up, there were no allegations of physical abuse. They were all just unfounded. Right. So that's weird. The narratives are what's weird. But the triggers, my granddaughter's triggers, 100%, yes, she will self-injure.
Which I would say was probably the case. How do you think it's gonna fucking go that you have to move now? Because I guarantee you that Social Security money that you get for your granddaughter is not going for what it needs to. I am sure if you look back at everything you've spent since mid-May, I bet you could find that $100 that your rent is going up.
Okay, so this is the last time we're going to talk about the rent situation, right? Fuck. So, I've lived in this apartment complex for 3 years, right? And like other millionaire like makers, right? They're only really worried about the money they make. So in the 3 years that I've lived here, they have gotten a rent increase every year. They increase the rent, Housing Authority absorbs it. They have done that 3 times. They have raised the rent again. Okay, that pushes that rent above market value. Once the rent hits above market value, Section 8 can no longer participate. The option of paying that difference is not given. You don't have the option to pay that difference. It's the fact that Section 8, by federal guidelines, you dumb bitch, cannot continue the agreement. It ain't an option. I'm sure that's a Google search too.
Prove me the fuck wrong. But we know how that works out. It's gonna be, I don't have to prove a fucking thing. Of course you don't, because you still lied to everybody about the whole thing last year. You still wouldn't show receipts about that.
I wouldn't show you, bitch. There's a big difference, scam. Right? There's a big difference between I wouldn't show receipts and I wouldn't show you receipts. That's what you didn't like. That's what you didn't like. That I wouldn't show you the receipts. My receipts were open to every person that donated. Everyone. As soon as somebody said scam that donated, boom, there was their receipt. But you're mad because I wouldn't show them to you. You're mad that I didn't capitulate to you. That'll never happen.
And it's fucking hilarious how after that whole thing, and things are still not great in Gaza, you're not collecting money anymore.
Why would I? Why would I? The FBI has been here. See, so what comes along with like being outspoken about this administration, about Israel, about all of that, you have to do like a risk factor, okay? So for activism, there are people that are able to go balls to the wall. That means they're gonna say the things out loud. They're gonna come here every day because they don't have, their risk level is low. They can go to jail for a day or two. They can have the feds at their door. You know what I mean? Because they don't have a human being that is 100% dependent on them. Me, not my position. I have to consider the risk that I take in being loud about the things that I disagree with in this country. Because it is too much of a risk to my granddaughter. Do you want to know one of the things that the FBI said to me when they were here? Y'all are gonna piss me off. There's times where like I know I'm gonna come here and I know it's probably not the best time for me to be here, and I do my 100% honest best to try to not be ugly, right? And I have to warn you that sometimes I do pop off just because of anger. But that shit is justified as fuck, because I've been going through this for almost a fucking year and explaining and re-explaining and having to explain a genocide to a bunch of privileged fucking people gets really fucking annoying.
Hey, I wanted to get up here a second ago, but I was busy. I don't know if you saw my comment, but I have a friend who she and her wife adopted 5 kids, and all of them have varying levels of autism. 2 of them have grown up, they're out of the house, they're married. The other 2 will be able to do it, and then there's one that they've pretty much admitted will have to live with them until the day they pass away, and
Yeah.
terrified of what's going to happen when they do, because I just want people to understand, like, kids with autism don't know what they're doing a lot of the time. So they had to clean this child's room out because at night he would get up and he would just he wouldn't sleep. So they tried to clean the room out and make sure that there wasn't any distractions, things like that. And when they took the stuff out of the room to try to get him to sleep a little bit, he resorted to picking paint off the wall and eating it because he needed something. And so it's a 24/7 supervision for a lot of people. And I just want people to understand that when you're sitting there and you're acting like people don't deserve to have or do nice things or be able to do something for themselves because they have a child that is, autistic, or a child that has disabilities, and you're claiming that they're living off of whatever's coming in for that child to help support. You really don't know. Like, some of the parents that have autistic children out there are lucky to get 5 hours of sleep in a row because they're constantly trying to monitor. Yeah. And
It's okay, so sense of self is a big thing if you're a parent to a highest support needs child. Sense of self is gone.
Yeah.
You don't get when people say, well, what are you doing for yourself? Man, you don't even think about yourself, let alone do things for yourself. You can't, and I talked about that in my live the other day. Like, and I think this is a big reason why Scammy harped on the working part, because Scammy is predatorial and you have to pay attention. The other day, I got on here and I said that I always got my self-worth from providing.
Yeah.
Okay? I was a single mom to my kids. So my self-worth was in my work ethic, was in my career, my ability to provide roofs and food and clothes and all the things by myself. So when I was put into this position, right, to where I took this child on, and it didn't take me 30 seconds to make that decision, y'all. When an organization comes to you and says, hey, you got 24 hours to figure out how you're going to do this, it wasn't about if I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to figure it out. So when I took the child on, and all I said was, I got to get back to work, right? I have 3 weeks. My job has given me 3 weeks to figure out how to do this. And when I exhausted every avenue of support that could help me go back to work, they said, here's Social Security, here's food stamps, those are none of the things that I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want Social Security. I didn't want fucking food stamps. Do you think Section 8 was in my fucking retirement plan? Fuck you. I lost everything. I lost my job. I lost my home. I was homeless with this child for 6 months, 5 days before Christmas. What? I spent 6 months homeless with her. When I talk about my granddaughter has autism, but she also has trauma. and being nonverbal. The behaviors that I went through with that
Yeah.
the fact that I'm here, my caseworker said to me the other day, because of what we're going through now, he's been with me since the beginning. And I was having a moment, and he looked at me and he said, Pam, I really can't even wrap my head around how you have gotten this far.
And that's what I was going to say too, is I know that I can be like very selfish, and you know, I can't imagine having a child that requires you 24/7, 365 days a year at the capacity at which my friends have to be there for their child, because he has that level of autism. And I know that there are people out there who think they're selfish when they do something for themselves. And it's not fair to pick at somebody. If a phone call to somebody that you care about, it doesn't matter where they're at in life, if you care about them and that's the one thing a day you get that reminds you that you're allowed to have something for yourself in this world still, it's a fucking phone call. Why are you so fucking offended? And it just goes back to the fact that she sat there and she said for months that once Florida Man was behind bars, everything in this world would change. Everybody would get along. Everybody would, like, it was just Florida Man was the problem. You continue to make him the problem. That's the problem. If it was anybody
You are
else,
too,
you wouldn't give a
Suba.
shit.
You are too. You are too.
So for her to sit there and like continue to pick, she's just doing it to the people that supported Florida Man or that are still supporting Florida Man, because she's a very privileged individual who sees the world as you're either good or bad, and the situations that you've been put in through life and had to survive don't seem to matter at all. And I think for somebody who lives off of whatever the fuck her father left her and then her wife, it's very entitled to be able to sit there and say, well, I don't have to pull food stamps or I don't have to pull this. No, you pull a very elitist version of food
Do you
stamps.
guys remember? Do you guys remember when they stopped food stamps because of the government shutdown and how she attacked that?
And she went
attacked
at
that.
your daughter for chicken nuggets.
Yes, because if you know anything about autism, like food is a huge, huge obstacle, right? So, and Built Differently is up here now, and she can even speak to this about safe foods and being brand specific and being so food specific. But what people don't fucking understand, right, is where you can get a neurotypical child to, you can explain, hey, this is what's going on right now and this is what we have to have for dinner, yada yada yada. Where is an autistic child just ain't gonna eat, dude.
Well,
And when I mean they will starve themselves, I mean that they will starve themselves.
and it's not just even food. Like I'm not neurotypical, and I know for me clothing is a big thing. Like some kids won't wear anything if they can feel a tag or things like that. And to just expect them to like suck it up and be able to do something when
There's no such thing.
yeah, there's no such
The
thing.
behaviors, you guys, people that don't experience this don't understand that the behaviors that come with everything, behaviors, if you don't have the foods, there are behaviors. But what you don't understand is that those behaviors are so harmful, hurting, concussions, bloody noses, constantly walking around with scratches and bruises. Imagine taking your child to a park. Okay, it's summer. She's in a tank top and shorts, and she's covered in bruises and scratches. How do you feel? How do you feel? You feel like a great parent at that point? Do you feel like you're not being judged at the park?
Well, imagine the people who don't take their children to the park because of the harm they've caused themselves when things have happened like that. It's very isolating and it's very judgmental, and
They have no idea about the isolation. They
No.
have absolutely no idea about the isolation. I'd love to talk about the isolation, but I have learned my lesson about being vulnerable on the internet. Don't fucking do it. In fact, Mallory, I'm going to introduce, this is my friend, Ivana, built differently. She is also the parent to a high support needs child that is trying to build her platform to support the community. We had a really good organic conversation yesterday, and I believe that when you're discussing topics like autism, organic conversations that just kind of flow into real life experiences are very helpful to people that are removed from the situation, right? And then it's also a place, right, just me. I think discussions like this help parents of autistic children be seen and heard. I think that is the most important thing to parents, because I think we feel like nobody else could possibly understand. If I tell Morgan, let's say, you know, I woke up and there was shit all over my walls, Morgan's going to be like, oh my God, that's awful. But built differently is going to be like, God, girl, I know it's terrible. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's kind of what I mean about, if you haven't walked the experience, you really just don't have a dog in the fight at all to have an opinion. I cannot respect a person's opinion if you know nothing of the experience. How are you, Ivana?
Right. Hi, I'm good. I'm trying to figure out how vulnerable do we get on here, because I know that there was a lot of shit talking and I'm a little, I know me and you can talk for hours and really get deep. So I don't know. I don't know how much
Yeah, I think,
you will talk freely.
no, like this live in particular, I would go with no, only because there's 100 people in here and 65 of them are fuck offs, and really just want to get information to use against you in the future. But if you are interested at all in autism discussions, or discussions that could, provide some education and some clarity, I would follow Ivana, because that's what she wants. Her platform is about the experience. In fact, the other day, Ivana was live and her son was in the background doing water play. And I was horribly nervous for her. I was so nervous for her, especially like if people are requesting the box and you don't know who they are, and you know that there are people on here that really are only looking to find something wrong with what you're doing so that they can talk about you. But if you are interested in that kind of forum, follow her. I plan to be going into her lives, having, discussions that people can come into and give their feedback or share their experiences with. That's doing something kind of helpful here instead of harmful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also very vulnerable, and I think I'm gonna continue that route, obviously with my boundaries up, like we've discussed, because I now know that the internet is a scary ass place. And I was even gonna ask you, who was it? Like, let's add the person who was talking all this shit, because I want to put a face to who it is that could say all of these fucking disgusting things. But I don't know if we should.
She's probably Love to Scar is streaming. Who's that? I mean, maybe they'll learn something. I would love for Scammy Claus to come in here. I don't even think I have the bitch blocked. Probably not. she has me blocked on everything. And don't you guys find that's always so funny that she'll block everybody? She can't. Scam Slams, buddy. She sits with Scam and Scammy. Are they in there? Are Scammy and Scam Slam in there? Here, let me tell you a little bit about Scam Slam. Okay. Scam Slam is a woman. Do you happen to know Lisa Richards? Do you know who Lisa Richards is? Okay. So Lisa Richards is an addict on this app that people watched do. Oh, now I'm getting harassment and bullying. Go figure. Leaky Lori. She exploited a drug addict on the internet for money, and did it just horribly. And then she had a Discord that had like 600 people in it, and her best friend was a pedophile, and he had committed a crime against a child like 20 years ago. And she came to the internet, or went on a phone call and tried to justify that it was 20 years ago and that he's never done anything like that again. And then she let him into the Discord with the 600 unknowing parents that there was a pedophile in said Discord. So if you want to take that kind of advice from that kind of person, good luck with that.
Jesus. What the fuck?
Because that's what they do. They're not good people. They come here in a ruse of awareness, and they just exploit people for their own monetary gain. But let me go grab my tablet.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go grab my glasses.
All right. You said love to scar, eh?
Love to glasses. It helps. Stage fright.
Hey, when was the last time you got to be lazy, Ivana? She got banned?
I don't ever really get to be lazy. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, even on days that I don't need to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But I make it my business on a daily to show myself some kind of attention. Obviously, for my own sanity, I need to dedicate some kind of, whether it's like 15 minutes or whatever. I've always said to go window shopping at like CVS, or to go just grab myself a coffee, anything, the most simplest thing, just so I can feel like myself again and I can feel present, because you're going at 1,000 just all day, every day. And it's not like you get a break when the kids are at school, but like we were talking about the other day, it's not a break so much because it's also like you have to fight all the thoughts and all the worries that you have throughout the day when your kid is not around you, because you're not going to know what happened during the day. They're going to come home and they're not able to tell you. So, you know, I just try to give myself those 15 minutes throughout the day to decompress or just do something for myself, like I said. But I don't really get a moment to myself that much.
Yeah, school, I mean, the school hours come and go pretty quickly. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I have enough in phone calls, I have enough in meetings, I have enough in getting the laundry done, the dishes done, the rooms cleaned up, another meeting, another Zoom call, another therapist, another, like, those things are never fucking ending.
No, I know. And I was going to ask you, because you were talking about comfort foods earlier, and Nolan has his comfort foods. And what we have to have on deck at all times is these Hello Kitty ices that he's been eating. These popsicles, they're so good. They're strawberry and cotton candy. They're bomb. But he'll
You just
destroy.
reminded me. I have Outshine. I got Outshine bars, pomegranate. I can't wait to have one.
Yeah. Oh, no, those freaking strawberry and cotton candy popsicles are bomb, but he found them and he destroys them. But he wants to eat them in the morning. So I know that you know your shit with G, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just curious if she would want an ice pop in the morning, and if you don't
She doesn't eat anything cold.
Oh, she doesn't.
No ice cream, no popsicles, no. She doesn't like cold stuff. Also, she doesn't eat anything that she can't pick up with her fingers. So, like no yogurt, no ice cream, no nothing that she can't hold in her hands.
Yeah.
So that's the texture. She doesn't like anything mushy, anything that doesn't have like a density to it. So it's pizza, Tyson chicken fries, French fries. Occasionally I can get her to eat pasta. Occasionally I can get her to eat a taco, but mostly it's...
Go ahead. I'm gonna get off this cam, y'all, because I don't know how reckless this chat is.
Sorry, I got a free phone call that I had to take.
You gotta add that? Okay. Yeah, for another time.
Yeah, definitely for another time. I want to listen to the rest of this live, first of all.
Who's live?
The same one that I was listening to, because there were a lot of things said, because I didn't watch it. I was busy yesterday, and she was live a lot, obviously.
I just don't understand the going for the gut like that with the kids. What was it exactly that she said about Gianna?
Just that I'm not taking care of her. That I'm spending money on things that are meant to be taking care of her. But it's so crazy that I have a whole host of mandated reporters in my life, and I've had the host of mandated reporters in my life for like going on 6 years, and none of them have ever said anything about the care that this child receives. So if you think I'm going to take it from people on the fucking internet, you got another thing coming.
That's scary.
Because if there was something wrong here, or if I was doing nefarious things here, believe me, there are people here that would do something about it.
That is the type of shit that's hard to not piss you off, I'll be honest. Knowing everything that you do for someone to have the fucking balls to say some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It is wild. And that she's live right now?
They said somebody else was live, but they got banned.
I don't understand.
They were streaming me.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Clothing, medical care, and personal care items.
Here, let's do this, Ivana. I'm gonna drop you while I'm listening to this because if this bitch has something to say about you, I swear to fucking God, I'll lose my shit, dude.
Okay. Bye.
Leave her alone. Everybody has a right to be here. Leave her the fuck alone.
I will always feverishly protect my friends.
So will I.
And my mods. And if I get...
It was last night.
Any type
It's very nice.
of proof that you are doing this bullshit,
Do you hear her threatening me?
let's just say there will be consequences
That's a threat.
to your bullshit actions. Anything anybody want to add who's up in boxes?
Well, she's streaming you right now, just FYI.
She is. Jamie, stop wasting the fucking Social Security money. And somebody who's so goddamn against this country, why don't you contact Social Security and say, yeah, we don't need a handout. I'm working. We don't need it. But you can't fucking do that. And you know what? One other thing. Her reasoning for not working again was what she said about all these jobs and, you know, I'm not going to waste my time doing that stuff. You also said...
There's a clip out there if y'all want to go get it that if I could get to Taco Bell, I'd fucking work there. You fucking weirdo.
It's because if something happens during the day, you want to be able to be there for your granddaughter. And I agree with that. I agree with that. We always want to be there for our kids.
Yep, absolutely.
How many people in this country have kids, whether you're married or not, and their kids are school age, which means you have the whole fucking day to work. And they work. And you know what? If something happens and your kid needs to come out of school, you leave work. Just like all of us.
So I heard, and thank God this woman took a box. I can't remember. I think it was in Virgo's live, and said how many jobs she had lost. You guys have no idea. The fact that you think that I'm the only one in this position shows your fucking ignorance. You think this position is specific to me because you don't like me. And that's wild. Do you know how many parents are unable to work due to their child's disability and how quickly that happens and how devastating it is? I haven't got to work in almost 8 years because of my autistic son. I promise I would work every day. We all would work, but we all do work. We do not get paid, but we absolutely work. conflating being the parent to a high needs child to laziness is impossible.
All of us. Just like every single fucking working parent does. It's happened to me. It's happened to my wife. She's had to leave school before. I've had to leave school before. Everybody has had to leave school before. Everybody has had to leave a job because
Assalamu alaikum. Kif halek, habibi?
Good, alhamdulillah.
Good, alhamdulillah.
their kid threw up, or their kid was sick, or their kid broke their finger in PE class. It happens. It's called love.
She's talking about parenting a neurotypical child. And that's my point here, and that's going to be my point, right? Is that this woman has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. She doesn't understand. She can't understand because she hasn't lived the experience. In fact, now I'm wondering if this woman even knows somebody that has lived the experience. Because I feel like if somebody close to her, or, even somebody in her orbit, right, had a high support needs child, she would have some kind of understanding as to what goes along with it. But she doesn't. She doesn't know anything. Somebody's smoke alarm's going off and my dog's gonna lose her mind. Come on. Come on. I loved my job before I left 10 years ago, made great money. But therapy times, my God, therapies, meetings with the psychiatrist, meetings with the case managers, meeting with the behavior therapist, Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting, IEP meetings. Oh my God, she's having a bad day, which is almost every fucking day lately because she's going through something. And here's something that I'm going to hammer in here real quick, right? You have absolutely no idea what's going on here right now. I have come here and tried to make people understand what's going on. You have taken that and made it ugly, made it my fault. You're blaming me because of federal guidelines, but you're making me responsible for it. The only thing that I know is I didn't have a fuck thing to do with anything that's going on with housing. That's the government. I can't do anything about that. And if I have to beg people another fucking year to try to figure out how to get me back to work, and the host of 12 fucking people that I have as support can't do it, shut the fuck up about it. I've been doing this for 6 fucking years. Every year I say, this is the year, and it comes and it motherfucking goes. Now I'm dealing with behaviors left and fucking right. Are we still meeting this afternoon? What is today? I just got another text about a meeting I have today, and I didn't even fucking remember that I had it. So, let me just also let you in on this. I do this alone. By myself. I don't have another adult here to tag in when I'm feeling a little tired or when I'm feeling a little overstimulated. I do this alone. Nobody. Which is why I tell you, you could fucking never. You could never. You couldn't do what I do. You couldn't. You're way too fucking selfish. You're way too fucking weak. Heavy on selfish. This is not a job for selfish people. At all. Well, I mean, yeah. All the behaviors, me. All the problems, me. And only me. Crystal, that I don't work because I'm lazy. That I don't spend her money on things to take care of her, which is so crazy. So fucking crazy. But all kinds of real fuckery, to be honest. Who's streaming? Who's streaming? Who's streaming?
If you grab me, I'ma bite you.
Who's streaming, guys? Pause. Who is streaming? Who? Crystal didn't say anything. Crystal, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think we were talking about you. Yeah, we didn't say Crystal said anything. No, they couldn't. They wouldn't last a day. They wouldn't last a couple hours. I think there's confusion in the comments. I think so too.
Hey there.
Hey.
So no, I was listening to Love to Scare because I know that she's friends with Scam Slam, and they're giving their commentary saying that you have a hard on for Scammy. They're weird. Scammy was the one who started this yesterday. Scammy's the one that follows you. Scammy's the one that threatens you. Scammy's the one in your business. Scammy's the one making calls on you. And then they're like, well, come over here. That's how adults do it. They're streaming you and they're commentating on everything. They can come over here. And the Crystal thing, they said that if any of Scammy's supporters had an issue with what she was saying, then they would have grabbed a box. I said, somebody did grab a box last night. Very respectful. It was Crystal, and Scammy kicked her. They said, no, she was being disrespectful. And I said, no, she was not. She was being very respectful. So, Crystal, that's how your name got brought up. I wanted to come in and make that clear.
Okay, so they're live commenting on. Okay, so
watching you, and they're like, "Well, this is a public platform. Anybody can stream." I didn't say you couldn't stream. I'm saying if you have commentary, come over here and give your commentary. And if you're going to say things, say facts.
Yeah. First of all, wait, what did you say? They said that I have a hard on for Scammy.
Yeah. I don't know who's over there in her box because I was watching from the window, but
how did they figure that out?
Hell if I
Because
know.
that's really crazy. For me to have a hard on for Scammy when she came at me over, I wouldn't have paid fuck all attention to that bitch.
Exactly. We want her to go away. And actually, sometimes I forget she's on the app until she brings you up.
She's the one that attacked me.
Exactly. So that was it.
Who's
Sorry, I was
the?
putting those
Can
comments in the
anybody
chat.
give me the account name to that? Love
It's
to
love
Scar.
to SCAR, and then she has something by her name. Wait a minute. Let me get to my other device and I'll look it up. I mean, she's in here. Why don't she just grab a box?
Honestly,
that's how adults do it. Remember?
we've been here for a while now. Any of them could have come over here. Scar to love.
I was just listening to see if they were going to learn anything.
That's not it either.
Let me see what her other name is.
Hey, love to Scar. If what we do as adults is, communicate, can you unblock me, please? I'd love to have a communication session with you.
I would actually too.
I get blocked over there because I tell the truth, and they're brainwashed. So I get silenced everywhere.
Thank you,
It
Pause.
happens.
They also
Here we
had to
are.
make a comment when Abu got in the box too. Oh, Abu.
Of
See,
course
they're
they did.
they're
Hold on.
they're using other people's
Comment when
scripts.
Abu got in the box too. Oh, Abu.
That was you.
They're using.
Who's they? A group of 8 to 10 people in Des Moines, Iowa? No, it wasn't they.
Oh, wait.
Ew, who is that?
Just shut up over there. I mean, how ignorant. Who's they? I wasn't in there. I don't know the person.
Hi. See, that's what I'm talking about. They like to body shame, talk about people's looks, and they think that they're the good people. Get the fuck out of here.
Was
Who
Mike.
said
That
anything
was
about
Mike,
body
and
shaming?
you know it.
Who's Dallas? And they think that they're the good people. Get the fuck out of here.
Who said anything?
Shut the fuck up, monster. Ain't nobody.
Who is this bitch?
Listen, you shut the fuck up, bitch.
She's a Scam Slam supporter.
How about you sit all the way down and rotate?
How
bitch?
about you sit all the way down, bitch? You're over there talking about a bunch of shit you don't even fucking know about because you're brainwashed and everybody's fucking lying to you, you dumbass.
Does she think she's Cassandra?
You're a hoe. Oh, I'm not getting on the internet no more.
What did she just call me?
Just shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody got
She
time
just
for
called
you.
me a hoe? Is that what she just said?
Right, go away.
I think she's trying to be like you, Cassandra.
Did she just call me
I called you a hoe.
a hoe?
I called you a hoe.
That's weird. That's really weird.
Use a hoe. Ain't nobody trying to be like nobody.
How
sweetheart.
embarrassing.
Listen to that classless.
That's embarrassing.
They are so classless over there.
What
Listen,
the fuck?
I don't know
That
that
was
girl.
embarrassing.
For them, I don't know that girl. I don't know that fucking girl.
Oh. God, I've been called a lot of stuff. I don't think I've been called a hoe for a while.
Can I just say, I was in the comments typing, didn't you just try to make the argument that you're the classy ones and not nasty and disgusting while calling Monster a hoe? And they got
That was
discontinued.
weird.
They got discontinued right before I could hit enter. And I'm like,
they're
well,
gone?
that says a lot about you.
They're gone?
Cassandra, am I a hoe, Cassandra? I'm not a hoe. What the fuck, bitch?
You're my hoe.
Okay.
Cassandra, did she not sound like she was trying to be like you?
Yeah, and the funny part is, Snark, is that so one day I was in her live for like 3 hours just listening to her while I cleaned, and then I scrolled out or I got a call anyways. I re-entered and Snark's like, and block her too. She has a foul mouth. She calls everybody bitches and hoes. And you're over there hollering hoe. I thought y'all were classy over there. Damn, I
That
wanted
was
to
so
roast
mean, you
her.
guys. I
Oh,
felt bullied today.
monster.
Oh, fuck. I know, bye.
You're okay. Listen, it's visibility, and I'm not worried about visibility.
Yeah, but they might try to come over here and attack thinking that we reported them, so I'm just gonna hop down.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
if she comes back, Scar to love, love to hate, whatever the fuck your name is, bitch. Unblock me, unblock everybody because you literally
Unblock
had a live one
everybody.
day, and you let Leaky Lori, pissy Peabody ass, pissy the pin wearing ass bitch, and Megs, the weirdo Megs, tell you who all to block, and you blocked all of us. So unblock us if you want to talk shit, bitch, so we can respond. And I need front row seats. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think that hard on is the other way around because if I had to guess, that cum shot yesterday was for you, Pam.
That's so gross.
Oh, gross.
I can't stand Breezy. I can't stand Breezy.
If I'm looking at this first off claim, I need to go to the 2300 HC.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Breezy. Yeah. Yeah. I love her. Oh my God. It was for you, Pam. Yeah. Hey, could you do
I'm
me a favor
blocking
real quick?
Breezy.
Before you continue on with your video, could you please play the spit video? Just, I need you guys to understand how cloudy it is. I'm concerned.
Dude, it's so gross.
What do they call them?
I'm really,
But Monster, did you see though? Because like where she slobbered on the counter was exactly where she turned around and like ate her breakfast. It was so fucking gross.
I think she slobbered on her own plate, bitch.
It was so fucking gross, dude. I couldn't believe she did it.
Hey,
Like
The cloudy,
your son should be so fucking proud of you.
on the internet.
Jesus Christ.
the
So, Monster.
cloudiness of the spit is very
We're
concerning.
gonna watch.
Okay,
Okay, so
good.
Monster, what does Pastor Petty and Scammy have in common?
Oh my God.
Hold
They
on.
both do cum shots.
This is so
Facts.
gross though, y'all. It really is so
Pastor
fucking
Petty drinks
gross.
his own. Sorry,
Stop
sorry,
it.
sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait. Oh!
Oh, you missed it. Wait, it'll play.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait. Oh!
Is no one else
Yeah, there you
concerned with the
go. Oh, wait.
cloudiness?
Oh!
I have questions.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait. Oh! Yeah, there you go. Oh,
God
wait.
damn it.
Yeah, there you go.
Now,
Oh, wait.
okay, so there's that, right? There's that part. The fact that she was so fucking gross to do that, right? And then
Yeah.
to turn around and put your fucking breakfast plate right where you just fucking slobbered.
I saw no rag grabbed. Like, there
Fuck
was no.
no. Listen, go back and watch the whole thing. Watch her. She walks away. She walks away to the stove and never picks up a rag, never wipes it off, never nothing. Just makes her breakfast plate and comes over and eats in the exact same spot.
There's literally a lump of scammy spit just chilling somewhere in that kitchen, and I don't understand why. And you know what? By the looks of it, I know that it cracked back. It's flaky. Like, why is it cloudy? Why?
It crawled
Oh,
away.
that was a term that we used to use when we would do too much smeth and like our own spit would like crack. Anyways, it's a thing. Why is it cloudy? Anyways, okay, bye.
Her pH is probably off.
Oh my Lord, here we go. Now we need a fucking hygiene class. Somebody go get Queenie now.
We might need to do like a brush your teeth tutorial or something. Not, I mean, what else could it be? Her PH left the building and gave up on her. Listen, guys, this started because I know 13 was lying about a lot of things, and 13 made the mistake of recording a phone call with a cop, right? And then bringing that recorded phone call to the internet. And then I started asking questions. Then I called the cop because I was like, wow, this is really weird. And then the cop's response to me, super unprofessional. Really, like, it was completely the way a public official should speak to a concerned citizen. And then I wanted to speak to his superior. So when I was going back to reach out to the superior, 13 cried the scammy clause, and then scammy clause came to the internet and framed the scam around my Gaza stuff so that I wouldn't pursue finding out what was going on between 13 and that cop, because it was definitely suspicious. And so that's where the hard on came from. I never had a hard on for the woman. I never liked the woman. I wouldn't like anybody that was friends with Scam Slam, because I cannot stand that woman. So yeah, I would hate to burst anybody's bubble by letting you know that Scammy Claus does not come here to tell you the truth about anybody. She just comes here to to air out her grievances and frame people that she doesn't like. I also would like everybody to show Boston Mike, Boston fan Mike here, some love, because Boston fan Mike is also on the receiving end of Scammy's horrible fucking behavior. So Mike is a very nice guy and doesn't bother anybody. He likes to go live and listen to music, and does not deserve the behavior that Scammy Claus. And don't let it ever be lost that Scammy Claus can come here and lie about who she wants to, make fun of who she wants to. She's allowed to be racist. She's allowed to beat up on parents to high support need children. She likes to beat up on people that receive food stamps. But if you ever come here and say something about her, what is going to happen is she's going to take you to court, which is what I should have done a long time ago. What happened, Nick? You fall, or? I love the side of TikTok, but I think I'm gonna come back. So if anyone sees OG or Meg's, message me. Not fucking Scam Slam out here looking like Beth Osborne. How the fuck did that happen? Oh, my box ain't big enough. But damn, do they look alike. Wow. Whoever caught that, good catch. Look at them. They look like they're related. Twin, where have you been? Because that's kind of uncanny. That might be a DNA test in the making right there. Maybe that's your long lost sis. Wouldn't that be nice to find out you had a long lost sibling out there somewhere? I think I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Oh, do I have anything else for that bitch? I doubt it. I doubt it. I will say that, yeah, y'all, if you compare what was said in that live that we just listened to, if you compare that to every single one of her lives from like September and October, you would have actually heard some more harmful stuff back then than you heard now. This isn't new. That she's been doing this for damn near 8 months. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think that if you have a problem, but I get it. I get it. I get it why people are quiet. I do. I get it why people are quiet because who wants to be on the other end of that? Who wants to put themselves in the way of being targeted by them? I wouldn't want that either. So I do understand that part. I do. Hey, you know what I'm going to do in honor of Scammy today? Just because, oh, I have a meeting. Fuck. I was gonna take a nap. I was, but I have a meeting, so I am not. You see how that works? Can't even plan on being lazy, let alone be lazy. Can't even plan on it. Yeah, I was actually, because last night was not a good night. So I was probably going to try to take like a 20-minute like rejuvenation, but I have a meeting that I forgot about, which happens because I'm only one fucking person, for fuck's sake. So things get lost sometimes. I can't nap for very long. I plan on revamping my scamming exploration. If anyone has anything for me. Jesus Christ. I got all kinds of stuff. But I really do want to find the clip. If I go back and maybe I'll try to do that. Yeah, you ain't fucking kidding, because I feel like shit today. I look like shit. I feel exactly how I fucking look. I'm fucking tired. I'm exhausted. I'm not even tired anymore. I'm far past fucking tired. I'm to the point of tired that there's no coming back from being that fucking to that point of tired. Like I'm never going to I'm never going to catch up on this. Ever, ever, ever. There was something else important that I wanted to say. Hey, if you have the ability to use your voice to call things wrong when you feel that they are wrong, then I encourage you to do so. If you go back to Scammy's live from yesterday and concentrate on the part where she's clearly making fun of somebody that is on this app, if you don't find that disgusting, if you don't find any of the rhetoric around autistic parents disgusting, if you don't find the racism that she openly displays on a daily basis disgusting, I don't want you here. I don't think we have anything relatable. Yes. Made fun of everything. Made fun of fucking everything. Yeah, I don't know. You know what Scammy needs to do? Be grateful. Why can't she do that? Why can't she be grateful that her son is healthy? Why can't she be grateful for the things she has around her instead of constantly running people that have less into the ground? She should shut up and just be grateful and leave people the fuck alone. The fuck alone. All right, I'm going to go and get some other things done now that I can't take a nap. You all know Scammy eats corn the long way. The long way. Period. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Everybody have a good day.